Dang, this is crazy. This is showing that the economy has been kind of weak. Either that or people's brains are kind of weak. Look at this.
Oof.
84-month loans on new cars hit an all-time high in quarter one of 2025.
Interesting.
It's an article by George Barta on GM Authority. George Barta, what do you have to say to us today? The article states trends in automotive lending are moving in two different directions. According to new research from Edmunds, both long 84-month loans and short 48-month loans for new cars are on the rise as the middle slowly erodes. 84-month loans are up so much that they hit an all-time high in the first quarter of this year.
Dang.
Unbelievable, man. N-
And if you can't
Almost
buy a
20%.
car,
Go ahead.
if you can't buy a car in less than 3 years, you don't need that car.
Okay. I like 5 years, but I don't know. This says that 19.8% of new car loans were for an extended term of 84 months. Good Lord.
That is a lot. That's so much interest you're paying. That is so crazy.
That is a 7-year car loan.
That's so crazy.
Oh my God. People are insane.
Yeah,
The
that's not
problem,
okay. Well, the problem is that cars are so expensive too. They're having to spread it out further.
yeah, that's true. But I think sometimes people are just, they're not thinking clearly.
Yeah.
Um, the problem is with a 7-year car note, the warranty bumper to bumper is usually 3 years.
Right.
And then powertrain is usually 5 years, 60,000 miles.
And you're having to buy gap insurance because the vehicle doesn't even cost or it isn't even worth what you owe on it after the first couple of years.
Yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point. So, yeah. So, for most of the life of this loan, you are upside down in this
Yeah.
and you risk a financial catastrophe, like because the repairs on newer cars are so much more expensive than they have ever been.
Yeah.
Everything has got turbos now. Everything is direct injected. Everything is hybrid. And the dealerships are charging more than ever. You're charging $150 an hour, sometimes $200 an hour, sometimes more than that.
Mhm.
So once you're out of that 3-year bumper to bumper, you got 4 years with the sword of Damocles hanging over your head.
Yeah.
And at any moment, a car repair will drop on you and you're going to have to pay now extra $4 or $5,000 in repairs.
Yeah.
God forbid you need an engine, you're going to be looking at $8 or $9,000.
Right. If having to make that payment every month doesn't give you anxiety, imagine yeah, having the anxiety that if something goes wrong with that car, you owe more than what it's worth and your insurance won't cover it. Like that's it's just crazy.
Oh man,
People
that's rough. I mean,
pay cash for cars. Just I know it's hard to save money. I know things are tight, but you'll feel so much better and have so much less anxiety and it's so much less risk to just own your vehicle outright versus
yeah,
having these long-term loans on an automobile.
I don't know. I say what I don't mind. I wouldn't mind like getting a 5-year note and then just try to pay it off early. Try to pay it off like in 3, 4 years. You could do that. But and the thing is, it's different for us because a lot of the repairs you and I we could do on our own.
That's true. But
But for regular people who can't do their own repairs, oh man, you are looking at a
yeah, and see,
lot.
that's what a lot of people I see people getting caught up in that all the time. Oh, my car's getting a lot of miles on it. I better get a new one before something starts going wrong. Or, it's 5 years old. I better get a new one before something starts going wrong. That car could go another 5, 10 years. You might not have a single problem with it. It's better to own it and just run it out. It's a lot cheaper. It saves you a lot more money. But
Yo, I was
whatever, people are
talking.
conditioned to think that way by the advertising and marketing that these companies do.
I think sometimes people get too scared and they feel like they need a new car right now in
Hmm.
case something breaks. I was talking to this girl one time and she was telling me, she's like, "Oh, I bought a new Hyundai. It was like $47,000." I was like, "What?" She's like, "Yes, I think it was like $850 a month or something like
Hmm.
that." I was like, "What was wrong with your old car?" She's like, "Oh, I forget what kind of car she had, but she was like, well, the warranty had just expired and I paid it off, but it had a problem. I was like, "What problem?" It's like, "Oh, the check engine light came on. It needed an oxygen sensor. It was $250."
So what?
I was like, you traded in a car that's working for a car that's $850 a month. She's living in an apartment.
Right.
She has no money, and she's spending almost half her money on stuff she doesn't own, half the money on rent, and then another huge part of her money is paid on a new Hyundai.
Yeah. Yeah. Car payments are stupid. It's yeah, you
That
people.
car, I mean, if she was gonna get a new car, there's plenty of cars you could get for like 25, $30,000.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
$47,000, and you're
Yeah.
living in an apartment, you don't even make that much money, and you have one check engine light on a car that's working and paid off, and you didn't traded it in. It made me stop talking to her.
Yeah.
I was like, "I don't wanna date you no more."
You make bad financial decisions. I don't want to
That
know you
was
anymore.
terrible.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah, like there's yeah, if
Well,
you
actually,
have
that wasn't the main reason, it was a different reason, but that was part of it.
that's part of it. Cascading effect.
Oh my god.
But yeah, if you can't pay off a car before the warranty's up, like you don't need that car. You
Just
can't afford that car. That's what it is. You just can't afford it.
yeah. Alright, let's
You're just
look at the
asking
go
you're
ahead.
asking for trouble going out further.
That's for sure. Alright, look at this comments. Having a car loan longer than the warranty is crazy. Payments and repair bills at the same time? No, thank you. I will keep fixing my old SHIT boxes. All right, this guy says, I feel that 60-month loans are bad enough. The 72 and especially the 84-month loans are just stupid. And now, thanks to you know who, it's only going to get worse.
Joe
What's
Biden.
next? 60-month leases? Who's you know who, Sparky? Who you talking about?
Yeah, must be Joe Biden.
He's talking about Joe Biden, I think.
Yeah.
Uh, this guy says 10-year mortgages on vehicles. Yeah. This guy says, "Oh, so you swing it and blame Trump because idiots take loans out on vehicles they can't afford?" Wow, the ignorance runs so deep with people. TDS at its finest. Wow.
Yeah, I don't think it
Oh,
matters
God.
who's sitting in office. Bad financial decisions are not made by just the
Yeah, I don't think either
Yeah,
one of them. It
exactly.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, taking out a loan that long is a bad financial move.
Yeah. Oh, good lord. I don't know. I'm glad that people a lot of times in the comments they'll ask me things about which car to buy or ask my advice because I think people, they don't know this industry. It's not that they're stupid. It's just maybe it's not what they've studied in school or
That's
know a lot
true.
about.
Yeah,
So
and we're happy to answer those questions.
we're happy to help you.